Have you ever felt like your mind is a constant battlefield? A place where worries about the past and anxieties about the future are always at war, leaving you no peace? If so, you're not alone. This is the story of Marco, a young man just like many of us, whose mind was a whirlwind of thoughts, never allowing him a moment of calm. He was constantly haunted by past mistakes and paralyzed by the fear of what was to come. His heart yearned for silence, for just a single moment of inner peace. Desperate for a solution, Marco heard tales of a wise old man who lived a simple life in a remote mountain village. People said this man held the secret to a tranquil mind. Filled with hope, Marco embarked on a long journey, climbing winding paths and crossing babbling brooks, until he finally reached the old man's humble home. He found the sage sitting peacefully under a large tree, a gentle smile on his face. Marco poured out his heart, describing the relentless storm in his mind and his desperate search for peace. The wise man listened patiently, his eyes full of understanding. He didn't offer a complicated philosophy or a magic potion. Instead, he stood up, went inside his hut, and returned with a simple cup filled to the very brim with water. He handed it to Marco and said, "Your task is this. Carry this cup of water around the entire village, and return to me without spilling a single drop." It seemed like a strange request, but Marco was determined to prove himself worthy of the old man's wisdom. He accepted the cup and started his walk. The village was bustling with life. Children were playing, merchants were calling out their wares, and the scent of freshly baked bread filled the air. Normally, Marco would have been distracted by 1,000 different things. His mind would have wandered to the argument he had yesterday or the deadline he had next week. But not today. Today, his entire world had shrunk to the size of that small cup. His eyes were glued to the shimmering surface of the water, his every step careful and deliberate. He had to adjust his pace for a stray dog, sidestep a group of laughing villagers, and navigate the uneven cobblestone streets. Every muscle in his body was focused on one single purpose: keeping the water from spilling. He didn't hear the noise. He didn't see the sights. He was completely, utterly present. After what felt like an eternity, Marco returned to the old man, the cup still full. He was exhausted, but also felt a strange sense of calm he hadn't experienced in years. "I did it," he said, handing the cup back. The old man smiled and asked, "Good. Now tell me, what did you see in the village? Did you notice the beautiful flowers in the widow's garden? Did you hear the sweet song of the canary in the baker's window?" Marco said, thinking back. He had to admit, I didn't notice anything. I was so focused on the cup that I saw nothing else." The wise man's smile widened. "Exactly," he said gently. "While you were carrying the cup, your mind was completely focused on the present moment. There was no room for your past regrets or your future fears. The storm in your mind was gone, wasn't it? You were at peace." In that instant, everything clicked for Marco. He had a profound realization. The peace he had been desperately seeking wasn't in a remote village or in the wisdom of another person. It was right there, inside him, all along. It was a state of being that he could access any time, simply by bringing his full attention to the present. The old man continued, "Your mind is like that cup of water. When you fill it with worries about what's gone or what's to come, it's bound to spill over, causing chaos and anxiety. But when you fill it with the present moment, when you focus on the task at hand, the mind becomes still and clear. Peace is not something you find. It's something you create by living fully, right here, right now." Marco thanked the wise man, his heart overflowing with gratitude. He left the village, not with a secret formula, but with a simple, powerful truth. He returned to his life, but he was a changed man. The worries and fears still tried to creep in sometimes, as they do for all of us. But now, Marco had a tool. Whenever he felt the storm brewing, he would remember the cup of water. He would take a deep breath and bring his focus back to the present moment. The feeling of the sun on his skin, the taste of his food, the sound of a conversation. He learned that inner peace isn't about emptying your mind, but about filling it with what's right in front of you. So the next time you feel overwhelmed, try Marco's technique. Pick a simple task: washing the dishes, walking to the store, or even just drinking a cup of tea. Give it your full, undivided attention. Pour all of your awareness into that one activity. You might just discover that the peace you've been searching for is already here, waiting for you in the present moment. Thanks for watching, and if this story resonated with you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content to help you find your calm.